Hey, it's us once again. I'm JT. I got my homeboy with me. Say something, Mike B.
What's up?
And that's it. Sounds like you said that uncomfortable. What's up? That's what he says, folks. Welcome to a special edition of Is This a Quickie? We're doing Iyanla, Fix My Life. This is about the sixth season that we've done. I'm thinking that's the season.
Don't give me a line.
It
hasn't been 6 seasons.
I think we've had a few. I'll give us 6 seasons.
All right.
To hell with with the real number, but
and we'll put the real number into the title.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we just don't know right now.
All right.
But we here. You know, we always ever since she's been on, I think we've done her show, and so she's back, and so we back.
Mm-hmm.
You got any greetings?
Welcome. No, I didn't know how I was gonna like this one, or even like the series. Once I found out that it was gonna be almost reality style.
That's what I was getting when I was watching it. It looked a little bit Real Housewives,
yeah.
And I'm like, oh hell, I gotta talk about this shit, you know, because I don't care for that ratchet shit. You know?
If it was if it was one episode, okay, but the fact that it was gonna be 4 episodes,
show me the healing, goddamn it. I'm ready for the healing. You know, I don't need all that. You know, bitch this, bitch that. You know, drunk like this, drunk like that,
but. I can't say that I'm not entertained by it. You know what I mean?
You know,
after watching this episode, I'm actually interested in seeing the progress. You know what I mean?
Now that I can concur with. You know, I'm going to agree with you on that one. But I guess let's get started so we have enough time. It looks like they're in some type of healing house. Don't know where. And so 7 or 8 women. Black women, they're in the house, and I guess this is the first meeting that they have with Iyanla. You know, when we first meet them, of course they give the names and who they are. We you know we'll try to remember the names as we go. But they sat down with Iyanla, and basically Iyanla was basically doing the rules of the house and what's going on, you know, with the situation, you know, why they here and all of that. She said, you know, she sat down with them and said, hey, you know, assume that if I ask you a question, I already know the answer. And, you know, did one of her signatures. You know what? You know.
She's very, very comical and animated. And
she is.
That's what makes her more relatable.
She's like an Italian uncle, almost. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, it seems like she's supposed to have a cigarette in her hand.
An Italian man.
You know, and her legs crossed and you know, and talking. That's what I see.
Okay.
You know,
I can see that. Almost like just in the corner, just talking shit.
But
she's
talking,
actually trying to help.
And you know, and
that
rasp
style, yeah, especially that rasp.
Yeah.
Like Iyanla used to smoke sick. She got like, well, we ain't talking about her.
But she came like it seemed like this one was different. I guess because she had so many women with her. It seemed like she came like real hard with them. You know, this you gonna feel like this, and I'm gonna combat this. You gonna feel this way. I'm gonna combat that.
Well, yeah, considering, you know, you got all of these women in the house, and then like the theme is they're trying to break down this whole stereotype of the angry black woman.
Yeah.
So you have all these black women together, and we know that a lot of times when you get just 2 women,
it was all the stereotypes black, all in one room.
Yeah. You can get just 2 regular women in a room together, and there may be chaos, there may be, you know, wars, but I understand her trying to like let them know you ain't gonna like me. But ultimately I'm here to try and help you, help yourself. Like that's what I like about Iyanla. Like she keeps it real. She has seems like a good time, you know, doing it. But it gets emotional. Yeah, she seems like she has fun, you know, with them. Or maybe I just have fun watching her.
It sounds like you said like she relishes in displeasure.
No. Because it's not always displeasing. Sometimes remember the good times moment they had.
Yeah,
you were talking about. But anyway, go ahead.
But anyway, the of course she goes around the room and asks people why they there, and for some reason, we're focused on the first name I remember, Alana, Alana. Mm-hmm. She felt she has trust issues. That's why I feel. I
can see that. Yeah.
She don't want to tell her story, or she don't trust. She's guarded. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? She's almost like a mama bear. But who you protecting? Only, only you.
Yeah, herself. Yeah.
And and Iyanla caught up on quick, and she made her promise.
That she was gonna actually stick this thing
out. Old chick start crying and doing the waterworks and all of that. And
that's how you know that there was actually something going on deeper inside her, because Iyanla wasn't asking her to do it.
It was a few of them just crying while she was talking.
Yeah, all she was
doing. And I'm like, all she doing is doing the instructions of what's going on, and they already I'm like, oh.
That's how you know that you dealing with some stuff.
Yes.
Because we've seen it several times at church. The pastor, we've seen it with your sister that one time the pastor was talking to her, and it was negative, to us. We laughing, but she couldn't stop crying because it was hitting home to her.
It seemed like the emotion was at the tip. And it seemed like all Iyanla was doing, like, just taking that scab off. Mm-hmm. And it's like
Iyanla probably didn't know that's what she was doing.
Yeah, she didn't know it. All I was doing is greeting. I'm saying welcome.
Hello. Yeah. That's just how ready I think a lot of these women are to.
They were ready. It was like 3 or 4 of them. They say their name and they start crying. My name is Charlemagne, whatever, Christine, whatever their names are, and they just start bawling.
That's a good thing. That means that they are ready. They ready. Process.
They ready. And so she told them the guidelines. You're gonna get mad at me, and that's because I love you and all that. Whoop de woo. If you watch Iyanla, how she does it. So anyway, she leaves them, and they take us to later that night.
Mm-hmm. This is when they turn up.
And
this is when it gets to reality
the one
that
was crying and stuff. She's like, "Hey, drinks on me." So she already know she's somewhat gonna be the turned up one, somewhat
ready to party.
And just the physical aspect, she looked kind of yoked. Like she looked like she about like 5'9", 5'10".
She can just snatch one of them up
and look kind of
Yeah,
she looked like she does like UFC or something.
I can see that, or weightlifting.
Something she does something physical other than living. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, she come out with the drinks, and they get lit that night. Mm-hmm. And one of the other women, Gloria, comes down around midnight and says, "Hey, you need to tone it down.
We got to get up early in the morning,
7 o'clock in the morning. You too turnt for
Right.
Okay, have some respect. There's other people in this house."
And that's the part that kind of, I guess, I didn't understand. Mm-hmm. Like I can understand you drinking and you having a good time, you talking all loud, but it's midnight and then somebody approaches you like, "Hey, can you guys tone it down or whatever? Because we got to get up in the morning." Mm-hmm. Some of us actually care about why we're here. And then to get into this altercation, I don't feel like it had to be that way, but I think you should be mindful. Yeah. That this ain't your house, and you ain't the only person here.
But then again, she inebriated.
Yeah,
and that breeds, her being belligerent. Mm-hmm. And she kind of got in her face and all of that.
Yeah, and she talking to old Gloria, and who was it? Jamaica was the one who pulled out the cell phone.
Started, world star. You know how it is, and that brings us to the next morning.
Yeah.
Jamaica, everybody, cooking breakfast and everything, doing whoop de whoop. Mm-hmm. And Jamaica says, I want to bring up what happened last night. Mm-hmm. And she said, she said, the problem last night was she brought out the bottles
of the alcohol.
Hey,
this was the
we
problem.
need to curtail this. What's going on? And of course, Elena felt some type of way. Mm-hmm. And so talking about that's you talking, that basically like you don't know how to handle. It seemed like to me like you don't know how to handle your liquor, or you don't know how to party.
Jamaica even drinking though?
I don't think so. But that's how Elena came off. Like you don't know how to drink, or you don't know how to have a good time. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be bothering you if if you knew what you was doing, or if you was like me, basically.
And then we got this argument between Gloria and Alana again. They both trying to yell and tell their side of the story of what happened. And it was a big mess that it seemed like this is what you're supposed to get when you put this amount of women with these different attitudes
when
in
I
the
say
same room.
It's more than 3.
Yeah,
There's gonna be
chaos.
I ain't gonna say chaos, but there's gonna be some hidden disagreements. You know, and one gonna talk to another, one talk to another, and nothing gets resolved.
Right.
You know, I've seen it firsthand, and it ain't like I'm just guessing on this. You know, that happens. I don't know. It's just the character of some women. I ain't gonna say all, but you know that's somewhat of a stereotype for women. You know what I'm saying? They catty. You know, you can't have a few women in the room and expect them all to be right. You know, you put dudes in a room and
I think we'd be cool.
We cool.
Yeah.
You know, you might have a disagreement. You know, hey. Have a beer, goddamn it,
and it's all good,
and it's good. You know, fuck it,
I'll drink to that.
Exactly. But anyway, you know they what's her name? Jamaica. Did I say her name right? Jamaica.
I think so.
She felt some type of way, and she went outside and called her friend.
Yeah.
And said, "Hey, if I go to jail
in California,
can you bail me out?
Bail me out."
I'm like, already? It's
ready.
The first night.
Yeah,
and you already telling somebody to bail me out.
Alana was, called her ratchet. I guess that's
what set her off.
Yeah, she don't like to be called ratchet.
Yeah, Elena said,
I feel like this ain't the first time that somebody's called her ratchet.
No, that's why she don't like no ratchet. And the thing is, I feel that's the ratchet. When you see all the women, that's the one you point to. That's the ratchet one. And it just seemed like that. And I asked Mike B, I said, is that braces? Or is that all gold?
Like she got gold in her mouth.
That makes a difference, goddamn. But anyway, Iyanla showed up the next morning. Her producer shows her the video.
Met her outside.
Hey, this was what went down.
Take a look at this.
You know, they supposed to be old friendly.
Yeah.
You know,
but I totally understand.
Oh yeah, she got to have a 411 on what's going on, and so she came back to the women and said, tell me about last night.
Yeah.
She didn't tell them I already know, and she kind of already forewarned them. If I ask you a question, then, assume I already know the answer. Yeah. And so it seemed like she came back on them already, testing their ass, and she was like, "Hey, tell me about last night." And Gloria was like, "Well, I went downstairs and I said politely no." Iyanla stopped it, and basically, how did you come? And she said, well, we thought that it was hold up.
Yeah,
it ain't no we. It was you.
Own it. Yeah, own it.
Own it.
Like if you felt some type of way, to just say you felt some type of way, the music or they were talking too loud, you wanted to get up, you wanted to get some sleep, just keep it real.
And I know it's that with Gold Gloria. It was never I.
Mm-hmm. It was all
with her. It was a we or her.
Yeah.
Or they.
Yeah.
It was never, I did this or I did that or I felt some type of way. Mm-hmm. And she said, basically you need to get rid of that. And tell me what happened.
And we found out, well, she's a defense lawyer, so we kind of find out
she's already
why
she's
that
almost
way.
defensive.
Yeah.
And Iyanla was trying to get, the situation correct. So she said so Gloria got in Alana's face and they was like, and what's her name? Crystal. And Crystal was the chick that played on Players Club. Mm-hmm. The light skinned chick, that it seemed like a bad seed. If you will, I got the cousin in trouble. But anyway, she was like, nah.
That ain't what happened.
She was doing first 48. She was snitching all tops.
And she didn't give no qualms about it. Like,
no.
Hey, that ain't what happened.
She received her opening feast, and she was good. They gave her a meal, and that's all she needed. She was
Coke.
She did this, and she did that. She was like, no, Atlanta got in her face, Gloria face, and then, and called her a trashy bitch, and keep on going. And Iyanla was like, hold up now, you just saying bitch. Like it's a word in the Bible.
Yeah, throwing it out all willy-nilly.
Willy-nilly. Like it don't mean nothing. And then she goes into her grandma's speech. She's talking about my grandma was half black and half Native American, and she had to clean people's toilets, and they call her the names. Run off some names. You remember the names?
I heard negress and squawk or something like that. And just
derogatory names that and she said she had to do that.
She couldn't say anything
feed,
back.
Me and my brother.
Yeah.
And said, just think of what your grandmothers did for you. Mm-hmm. And you up here in 21st century, you got lawyers, and you got women of distinction, supposedly.
Right.
And you calling each other bitches. I got a problem with that. I'm saddened.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And I actually, just hearing her explain it that way, I actually thought that was pretty good. And I was hoping that they would actually, just take a moment and step back and realize, what, it really ain't that serious. Because people have fought for us to be where we are right now. Mm-hmm. And what they had
to go through, or had to
what they
bite their tongue.
Yeah, they couldn't,
they
clap back, as we call it now.
Back in the day, you get killed, for doing the basic thing. Emmett Till, all he did was catcall basically to a girl. And, he got gone through with a cotton gin, like he was a piece of whatever.
And here we are just
and you degrading other women, you supposed to, these are women that ain't doing bad.
And you would think that, and this is just kind of on topic but off topic, but in my mind, like sometimes I don't understand why women don't really get along because a lot of them have the same issues. A lot of them have the same argument. Yeah. But they still find a way or a reason to attack each other. Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
Like, like women women go after the woman that's the
whole cheating situation.
They don't go after the man. Yeah. You sleeping with my man. Well, he was with me last night. Well, he with me most of the time. Does that make any goddamn sense? Yeah. And old dude sitting in the cut, waiting on either one to call.
Like, who gonna come and get in the car? Like, who going home?
I'm waiting, goddammit.
I'll let you two figure it out.
I'm honking the horn. And if you don't
while
come
he's
in 5
outside
minutes,
texting number 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to my main state.
And that's that's one of the reasons that I like what's going on right now is because I'm hoping that some of these women will actually realize that we're in the same boat. We're in this. We should be in this thing together. Mm-hmm. Let's uplift each other more so than tear each other down like we do all too often.
And then she I think it's like we keep on with the meeting. She brings out Gloria and Elena, and I think it was the morning of after it, and this is I think that's the next morning, or is it the next afternoon?
It don't matter.
Anyway, she realized there's a rift. She asked Gloria, Elena. She like, will you have Gloria, sear your tuna?
Yeah, because she said, from now on, you guys are going to be preparing dinner with each other. And she, because I think she felt there was still something, some tension between Alana and Gloria. Like, would you like for Gloria to sear, or would you let her sear your tuna?
And she's like,
nah, I'm cool on that.
And she's like, all right,
and she brought them
bring these two out.
Yeah.
And so she takes out Gloria and Elena, and basically see what's going on with them, and
looking for a way to resolve this. Like, how do we? Because otherwise, we can't make any progress. If you two are going to just continue to hold these grudges, then what are we doing here?
It seemed like Elena was willing, but Gloria was holding back and basically still blaming her. Oh, I only reacted to her. What she said. That's why I clapped back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Iyanla, no, you need to own your shit.
And she was defensive at all times. Gloria was, and she also, like you said, had a reason or just was able to justify why she did what she did
always
by blaming somebody else.
Yeah.
And one thing I think we kind of skipped over was that whole exercise they did right before they went outside, where she had them pick just she had them close
expressions
their eyes
of anger
and pick envelopes that had these expressions of anger, and like it was just random. Yeah, and all the women had these like different expressions on them, but they fit
the women so perfectly, perfectly.
I'm looking like I said, did they have names on it? We had to rewind it. I said, did they have names on the envelopes?
Nah.
But we saw it was nothing on them, and the women chose that with their eyes closed. But no matter what they had on their chest as far as the expression of anger, it fit them.
And
I'm like, this is telling. Like, I'm sure they could have passed them around,
I told you, like, it still would have been, how we saw like the first day, like. They outmatch everything on these cars. Right. You know what I'm saying?
But Iyanla's trying to get them to the point where they understand why they're exhibiting this behavior, why they fit all of these different expressions of anger.
Yeah. And so they semi-squashed it outside, we
Elena, thought they did.
That's what I said, semi.
Yeah.
Elena, said, why don't we introduce each other?
Mm-hmm.
Let's start over. And,
and it seemed like Alana was it
somewhat winning.
Yeah,
Elena. I say Elena.
Okay. But she seemed like the one outside who was more willing to actually, let's squash this. And she was acknowledging, like, hey, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I'm trying to get comfortable with the new me.
You think she was just mouthpiecing though?
Oh, yeah. Considering when they got in the house, she still had beef. There was an opportunity outside for them to actually, have a heart to heart. Iyanla's there, but they could have talked about what's actually going on with them. Like, hey, not even telling your business, but this is the reason why I, don't let anybody just step to me like that, and why I lash, and why I'm defensive.
Give me a little spot,
give me something
into your, your soul, and let me know what.
Right.
At least let me know so I can treat you some other, different way now that I know.
Now that I understand.
Yeah,
instead of
some
well, I only, came at you because you came at me. That doesn't that doesn't help me or tell me anything.
Grade shit.
Yeah.
That won't make sense at all. And so they got through with that, and so they bring us back, and they bring a new member.
Lyra.
That's her name, Lyra.
Yeah.
And we find out she's Rick Ross's ex. And so she brings us, I think she's only like 22. She's very young. And Iyanla sits her down and basically, what do you think your problem with that relationship? And she was like, I was naive. And she, my it's like, what do you, keep on going basically. And she was like, well, I felt like, I think he should treat women, their significant others better, like basically like a queen, or treat them like they're supposed to be treated. And I was basically naive. I was thinking we in love, and you know the story.
Yeah, I think
she's 22. You know the story, and it's Rick Ross. Come on now, what did you think?
I think because of that relationship, she was saying, like, I think black men should value black women a little bit more. And then that's when Iyanla, when they were talking about, her being naive, and Iyanla was like, you learned that from being on the pole. Yeah. Yeah. And she chuckled a little bit. Not Iyanla, but Lyra chuckled a little bit. But it's like, this is where you learn to kind of, I guess, accept when people are talking shit to you, calling you sluts, calling you whores, like you just doing something strange for some change.
As long as
all
you're
doing
money,
is making that money,
you can say whatever to me, and, I'm almost blind to it.
Oblivious.
Or, and I don't even, and if I'm naive, that means I'm not even...
In a job like that, you almost have to be that way. Because otherwise, everything
if you take it to heart,
is going to get to you.
They'll burn you.
You're going to be crying on the pole. And who wants to see a stripper up there trying to twerk and cry? I don't think you can't make money.
Crying twerker. That ain't...
You can't make money that way.
But anyway, she's in the household, and then after that, they bring her in, and Iyanla pair her up with Elena, and told her, now watch out for it. And it wasn't good. Elena had on her little tight workout clothes and had on her weight gloves and everything. She looking like Tackleberry from Police Academy. I'm like, why you looking all beefed up? I
think that's just she got, she's
a big girl. Just to say it, she's a big girl, not fat, but she's just a big girl. Like she's from South Carolina or something, or Georgia. She's just one of them,
Yeah.
God damn. And I think what this is towards the end.
Yeah.
I think she talks to the women, and it seemed like nope. That wasn't my that's what she is. Let me read it. She told all the women, she's like, because of your cultural ignorance and cultural insensitivity, you've been for a label that you've been called, but you're really not. And basically saying, you don't know how to respect yourself. You've been labeled the angry black woman.
And it's almost like they've accepted that title.
I'm accepted, but I'm trying to do away with it. But that's not you. But you don't put the label on yourself, because that's how people always view you as she getting mad, she got an attitude now. Let's back up. She ratchet.
And, just outside of these women, like a lot of the black women that I know, they I feel like they almost feed off of being that way. And it's this almost like a defense mechanism so that people won't mess with them. Like,
like horoscopes or something, and people, you think you're like me, I'm a Leo, and people go by that, just because they say you this, I'm gonna go by that. Right. That's who I am, and I'm gonna exhibit
those behaviors.
What those behaviors that and some people live by that, and I'm like, nah, to me that's foolish. You should live how how to live and how you're supposed to live and how you think you should live, not how people perceive you,
right? And
how you think people going,
which is what we're seeing on this show and what we see in real life, actually.
Yeah, pretty much, and that's pretty much the I think what's this, a 4-episode?
Yeah, 4-part series.
4-part series, and so that's basically the first episode. She left him with that little nugget. And then they showed us like what's going to go on the rest of the season. Mm-hmm. And what got to me was it seemed like a lot of comments, what they were showing from the clips, like it all went back to like black men. Or they was why black men like white women, or why black men don't treat me like this, or why they not committed type deal, or why he don't know how to love. Mm-hmm. It was all to that point. It seemed like that was their problem or their situation. It boils down to the man or men that was in their life,
right?
And it was black men.
Well, that makes sense.
And it seemed like that was the running theme. That's what I was talking to you about. It seemed like that was the running theme of the clips. Mm-hmm. I don't know if what's to come. I don't know if they're they just showed me that just to get me my thoughts toward that. Mm-hmm. But from what they were saying. It seemed like they were that was the source of their problem,
right? And we're going to explore that more as we see the episodes progress. But it makes sense to me because many black women are simply sitting back waiting on us to take step up and take our role in their lives and actually be there and support them and hold them up as the queens that they are, and we're not doing that.
Once we get it straight, I believe they'll follow.
Yeah, and it starts with us. I believe
it does. It does. That's the truth, might be. What Iyanla say? Truth will correct all errors in your mind. And so we I guess black men need to find their truths.
And even though like I was a little leary when I text you, I'm like, it's a 4-part series about black women in the house. I don't even know. I ain't got time.
I ain't got time.
Yeah, after watching this, though, I felt like this is a show that not only black women need to be watching, but also black men, so that we can see some of the root causes of why these women are feeling the way and
why they act like, or why they angry. Black women. Because
it's not coming from nowhere. It's not because I'm supposed to be angry.
Because black women are to me, they're the most loving people.
And
black women,
they're the most supportive
loving people. Yeah, on this earth.
Yes.
And so if something's out of kilter, off kilter, there's a root cause, and most of the time, sorry to say it,
it's us.
It is
the black man.
It is men.
Anyway.
But we say that about women. Our greatest downfall is women. That's a good saying. Goddamn it, we'll start a war over a goddamn woman. If you like us, leave a comment. We'll have a conversation. Might be quick conversation.
Yeah.
Till then, folks. Peace.
Adios.